Just got finished watching Die Hard 2, and, it's pretty good. Especially for a sequel. For a movie, it's pretty good, and for a sequel, it's especially good, because, a lot of the times they mess up at 2, but other times they do good at 2 and do horrible at 3, but they don't do that this time, even with 3. But this movie, I just got finished watching it, since I watched these all before doing these reviews. I don't just go off by memory of what a movie I watched 5 years ago. What do I think of Die Hard 2? It definitely isn't as good as the original, but it's still good. It's still great. It's still a classic Christmas movie. I will fight you on that. What now? Characters. John McClane returns John McClane returns, played by, Bruce Willis again. And he does good, badass. He has the best one-liner ever. We'll get to that later. Okay, Holly Gennaro returns. I don't know her actress name. Sorry to all the Holly Gennaro actress fans. But, yeah, Holly Gennaro is on a plane the entire movie and doesn't do much for the plot. The main bad guy, I don't know what the hell his name is, but he's got a weird introduction. You see him doing kata in his room naked, watching the news. Kind of weird, but he's fine. He does his purpose. Not as polite or memorable as Hans Gruber. I don't even remember his name, but see, Hans Gruber leaves an impact. This guy doesn't leave much of one. This guy, he's kind of just there. I guess there's a couple more characters. There's quite a few. Lorenzo, the chief guy, I feel like he's important to talk about. He's there. He's an audience. Surprised John McClane doesn't get shot when he shoots blanks at him, because, as soon as I hear that, as soon as I see him point that gun at Lorenzo, if I were one of those cops, I would have shot instantly. I don't know why they didn't. But, yeah. There's, Dickless returns. Dickless, he's annoying, just like the first movie, but yeah, he's Dickless, he's Dickless. Anyway, lead military guy, the guy who's like, you're at the wrong place at the wrong time, and he's like, so in my life, and yeah, definitely the twist villain part is definitely shocking, but is it good? It's okay. It's an okay twist. It's not horrible or anything. Compared to most Disney twist villains or most twist villains today, he's a pretty good twist villain. But I like it when when you already have an established villain and then a twist villain. That's when the twist really comes in, because you already have a villain and they have time to be a villain. But then you got this other guy becoming a twist villain, which I like. I like that. I like when movies do that. Yeah. Overall, this movie's pretty good. The set pieces are almost doubled. There's this part where John McClane's fighting these two guys in those luggage carrier parts, with the conveyor belt and stuff. The final fight in the first one was at the top of the tower. I don't know if it was at the top, but it was on a multi-story building in a single room. That's where the final fight took place. But this final fight takes place on a plane wing. Yeah, that's right. McClane fights the military leader dude on a plane wing. He was like, oh, I was starting to like you, McClane. And then, he's hanging out and, he's about to fall off the edge. He's like, I got enough friends, and kicks him in the face. And then he falls, and then, because of the way where they're moving, the plane's actively moving. So, he falls and then gets sucked into the fan. And then you got the main bad guy. He bullies McClane a bit, but then McClane, now this is badass, McClane pulls off the fuel, so the fuel starts spilling out, and so he's laying there on the ground, and he takes out a lighter, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker, and then he just throws the lighter, and it just starts a trail, and the trail starts catching up to the plane, and the plane is off the ground at this point. The plane's at this angle, starting to ascend into the sky, but the freaking flame doesn't care. It's the fuel. So the flame just flies up into the sky, into the little fuel line, into the wing, and the wing just explodes, and there's this part where the explosions are just going up the plane, and the guys in the front are like, oh shit, And then, then they die, of course, because, I mean, that's how explosions work. But yeah, and then that makes, conveniently makes, because the airline thing's off, so the airplane, gets to be able to see where they're going. Oh, yeah, they crash a plane in this movie. They decided, well, we blew up the top of Nakatomi Plaza last time. Let's crash a freaking plane this time. And they do. The plane crashes into the ground, and it's a very sad scene. Yeah, they crash a plane. Yeah, Die Hard 2 this time. We're crashing a plane, baby. But, I mean, it's... yucky. Yeah, they crash a plane. I like this movie. I like this one. This one's pretty good. Die Hard 3 is next. Now, what I don't like... my dad came up with a better title, because, this one's Die Hard 2, Die Harder. So Die Hard 3 should have been Die Hard 3, Die Hardest. But instead, it's Die Hard for a Vengeance, which is stupid. When you got just that ultimate, real, raw title that my dad came up with. But anyway, yeah, that's Die Hard 2, Die Harder. 3 more movies to go on this one. Not much to say about Die Hard 2, Die Harder. Just that a lot of the bad guys die harder than the guys who died hard in the first one. I am a Die Hard fan. Hell yeah. Yeah, and this one also gets me into the Christmas spirit because, it is also a Christmas movie. It takes place around Christmas, and can't really make the same arguments you can for the first one, but, a Christmas song plays at the end. So, in my book, it's a Christmas movie. Listen, if you hear a Christmas song play in any of the section of the movie, it's a Christmas film.